Breaking news that will shake the entire league. Hold your breath, football fans, because what I am about to reveal regarding the current state of a certain AFC South powerhouse will leave you absolutely speechless. We are talking about a team that has fought tooth and nail all season to position themselves for a division title. But right now, the walls seem to be closing in due to a sudden and massive medical crisis in the locker room. Before we dive into the names and the specific tactical disasters this could cause, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for the fastest NFL updates, and leave a comment right now with your name and the city you are watching from. We love seeing how far our football family reaches. But that's not even the craziest part. As the preparation for the crucial Week 18 showdown against the Indianapolis Colts begins, the practice field looked hauntingly empty. A star quarterback is only as good as the men protecting him, and a top-tier defense is only as strong as its secondary anchors. Today, both those foundations are trembling. The official report is out, and it is a list longer than anyone anticipated. We are talking about a total of 7 starters missing from action during the most important practice week of the year. Let's start with the offensive line, where the veteran presence of Trent Brown is nowhere to be found. Trent Brown, the massive right tackle who was brought in to provide stability and veteran leadership, has officially been labeled a DNP, or did not practice, due to lingering ankle and knee issues. This is not just a minor bruise. This is a situation where the blind side and the edge protection for CJ Stroud are at serious risk. If Trent Brown cannot suit up, the Texans are looking at a reshuffled line against a Colts front seven that is hungry for sacks. But the concerns do not stop on the offensive side of the ball. The defensive backfield is currently a ghost town. Star cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. is sidelined with an oblique injury. Derek Stingley Jr. has been a lockdown force all season, often erasing the opponent's best receiver. Having Derek Stingley Jr. out of the lineup changes the entire defensive philosophy of DeMeco Ryans. Without him, the safety help has to lean further toward the perimeter, leaving the middle of the field vulnerable to crossing routes and tight end attacks. Speaking of the secondary, Kamari Lassiter is also out with an ankle injury. When you lose both Derek Stingley Jr. and Lassiter, you are effectively playing with a reserve secondary against a divisional rival in a must-win game. This is the definition of a nightmare scenario. Furthermore, the linebacker core is taking a massive hit as Azeez Al-Shaair missed practice with knee and shoulder issues. Azeez Al-Shaair is the heart of the defense, the primary communicator who ensures everyone is lined up correctly. While the team hopes Azeez Al-Shaair is just being rested, his history with these specific injuries makes every fan nervous. On the defensive line, Sheldon Rankins and Danico Autry were also non-participants. Sheldon Rankins has been an Ironman this year, and seeing him miss time now is a major red flag for the interior rush. Even the weapons on offense are feeling the sting. Nico Collins, the primary target for this passing attack, was listed as a DNP for rest, which is less concerning but still notable given the lack of rhythm that can occur when so many players are out. Dalton Schultz is also away for personal reasons. This means the chemistry and timing of the entire unit are being tested during the week they need it most. Why does this change everything? Because the AFC South is currently a powder keg. DeMeco Ryans has been very vocal about the fact that he will not pull his foot off the gas. He wants that division title. He wants a home playoff game. But at what cost? If you play Trent Brown or Derek Stingley Jr. when they are only at 70%, you risk losing them for the entire playoff run should they advance. The financial implications are also massive. The salary cap management for this team relies on these veterans being available for the big moments. If the depth pieces have to step in, the Texans are essentially playing with a depleted roster while paying for a championship one. Imagine a scenario where the Colts exploit the absence of Trent Brown by sending blitzes from the right side all game. Stroud could be under constant pressure, leading to turnovers or, heaven forbid, another injury. If Derek Stingley Jr. isn't there to shadow the top threats, the game becomes a high-scoring shootout that the Texans might not have the healthy bodies to keep up with. Statistically, the drop-off from a starter like Trent Brown to a backup is significant in terms of pressure percentage allowed per dropback. We are looking at a potential 10% increase in hits on the quarterback. That is the difference between a touchdown drive and a punt. The story of this week will be the training table. Every hour counts. Will Derek Stingley Jr. find a way to push through the pain? Can Trent Brown stabilize that ankle enough to hold the edge for 4 quarters? The tension in Houston is palpable. DeMeco Ryans is known for his defensive mind, but even the best schemes fail if the personnel isn't there to execute them. This is not just a practice report, it is a warning sign of a potential collapse or a legendary gut check moment for the franchise. The stakes could not be higher, and the margin for error has completely vanished. We are watching the evolution of a season right before our eyes, and the news coming out of the Texans facility is the only thing that matters right now. Stay locked in because this story is developing by the minute, and the final roster moves before Sunday will determine the fate of the AFC South. Keep an eye on those limited participants as well, because their elevation to full status is the only hope this fanbase has left. It is a race against time, a battle against physical limits, and a test of will for a team that refuses to back down, despite the odds being stacked against them in the most brutal way possible.